going on, guys? DigitalGenepool here with a LBA analysis of my team, the Muncie Muks. For you guys who do not know already, I made it into the LBA, the Lithio Battle Association. It is a Twitter ran group. They have a YouTube, a bunch of great battlers, great people, and you can learn a lot from these guys. And I've met so many cool people just the short time I've made it into this league. And we had a draft, a Serpentine style draft, where number 1 would pick number 1, number 2 would pick 2, 3, 4, so on. And then the second round, number 16 would pick first, 15 second, 14th, 13th, so on, so on. And I ended up being the 16th pick. I lost my final battle against D-Train, who is an excellent guy, has a YouTube. Definitely should check him out. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this started here. My team here, I started out with Mega Venusaur. It has a great bulk with good offense. I ran a mix set going into the qualifier with Earthquake, Giga Drain, Synthesis, and Sludge Bomb. There's many different options it can do. It can run a straight tank. It can have HP, hidden power, maybe fire, ice, whatever I need coverage for. It has a good wall set. It has a fast set for the sun, where you can use the Sun Chlorophyll for one turn before I Mega Evolve it. And it also has 2 weaknesses. I put 2 in parentheses there because it technically has 4, but with Thick Fat it reduces fire and ice damage. So it basically becomes neutral damage unless it has Mold Breaker or something to get rid of Thick Fat. And it has access to great recovery. I mean, it's reason why it's such a good tank. It's Synthesis, Leech Seed, Giga Drain. It also learns Ingrain, I believe, but I don't really want to run Ingrain. It's probably not the greatest idea. And I give it a draft ranking of a B+. I think I could have done better. I probably could have chose a lot better, but I stuck to my guns. Mega Venusaur got me into the LBA. He was one of the main reasons why I survived with his stalling abilities. It's great offensive pressure it can bring. And so from there, again, I was the 16th pick, so the next round ought to be the first pick. So second round pick was Heatran. It builds a good core with Mega Venusaur. It has great defenses, it has a great special attack, and it has really good typing with only 3 weaknesses and 10 resistances. I have different options for it. I can do a wall set, I can do a scarf, offensive attacker. It has access to Stealth Rock, Taunt, Will-O-Wisp. It can do a lot of things really well. And I give it a draft ranking of A. I don't think I could have chose anything better to go with Venusaur at this point. Maybe Rotom Wash, but I feel like Heatran brought the pressure I needed for this team and the bulk that I needed. So it took a while to get back to me. Rotom Wash got drafted, and that's what I kind of wanted to go with next. I also wanted Excadrill as a possibility, but unfortunately both of those got drafted right before it got to me. So my third round pick was Gyarados. It fits so perfect with that core right there. It has great abilities with Intimidate and Moxie. Decent typing with 2 weaknesses and 6 resistances. I have different sets I can run with it. I can run a setup set with Dragon Dance. I can go with Banded. I can become a Wall. I can become a Utility. Utility being T-Wave. I believe it learns Icy Winds, Taunt. I can't remember everything else off the top of my head. Unfortunately, I can't do Mega Gyarados because we had to choose one Mega, and Mega Venusaur being my first pick, unfortunately doesn't allow me to use Gyarados as a Mega. So my draft ranking with it was A-. Really, I probably could have bumped it up to an A. I think it fits really well with my core and what was left on the board to choose from. And it fits so well with the Grass, Fire, and Water core, I guess, if you want to call it that. So they have really good synergy there. So my 4th pick was right away after that. And as I said, I wanted to go with Excadrill, but it got drafted. So I kind of looked around, and it was Gliscor, whatever you want to call this thing. It has a wonderful defense, decent attack and speed, and really its main function is a wall, but it can be offensive also, and it has 2 weaknesses. I did not put the resistances on here for some reason. It's a defensive nuisance, really. I mean, Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, it's constantly going to go. You can protect, you can do so many different things. It has access to Stealth Rocks and also has access to Defog, but unfortunately if I get Defog from Generation 4, I believe, Diamond and Pearl, I am not allowed to use Poison Heal. It's an illegal set. So I give it a draft ranking of a B+. It fits really, really well with that core I had. Gyarados, It helps Gyarados out with the electric type attacks. Gyarados resists the water type attacks that Gliscor is weak to, and so does Venusaur. Heatran can take a couple of ice attacks. It fits really well, and really this core I have can allow me to be stallish. It can allow me to be really tanky. And so my next pick here, my 5th pick was probably the worst pick I chose out of the whole thing. I had some really questionable picks, but 5th pick was really questionable. And after I picked this Pokemon, I was reminded that we're only allowed to bring 1 legendary per battle, but we're allowed to draft 2 of them. So it kind of blew my idea out the water, but my 5th round pick was Kyurem Black. It is an offensive monster with decent bulk. It has good health. I think it's base 125. Defenses are base 90. It can run different sets with Choice Band, Choice Scarf, Mixed Attacker. It has 5 weaknesses, though, with 3 resistances. The core that I drafted covered that. However, it has a really predictable moveset, and I give it a draft ranking of a D+. Reason being is because I had drafted my legendary already, and Kyurem, I just wasn't thinking. I was thinking, oh wow, he's gonna tear through things, and it doesn't fit well. So my next pick was right away afterwards, and I really wanted some wish support, and my idea was Vaporeon or Florges, whatever you want to call it. And both of those were drafted. And so was Clefable. Clefable I think got drafted like 1st or 2nd round pick. So I had to choose quickly after that. My choices were Alomalola or whatever it's called. I can't pronounce the damn thing. And it has a monster health stat, but its defenses are really bad. And I really wanted something on the special side a little bit. So really I was trying to figure out what I wanted, and it ended up becoming between Aromatisse and Audino. I actually went up with Audino. Audino has Regenerator and Healer. Most likely Regenerator will be ran. Just because of the constant switching. It's pretty much just going to be a Cleric or a Wall. It can be a utility also with Yawn and T-Wave. I believe it has a couple other support moves. But it only has 1 weakness and 1 resistance. It really doesn't fit with my core that well, where Florges and Vaporeon would have. Maybe Aromatisse would have fit a little bit better, but Regenerator was just too good to pass up. I gave it a draft ranking of a C. I probably could have chose something with offensive pressure, since I already have enough bulk and possible recovery if I wanted to go stall. But I really wanted something with Wish, something to get rid of status if needed. So that's the reason why I chose it. Some people were thinking, oh, because he's a doubles player, he chose it. And I chose it because of the healing factor that I could bring with it. So my next Pokemon for the 7th round, it went back around, took a while to get to me, was Swampert. Swampert has a good bulk and good attack. And it has different options that I can bring to it. It has a tanky set, a setup, walls, banded, AV, and so it has 1 weakness to grass and 5 resistances. Technically, it can be weak to freeze dry also, which is a rare move to see. And it fits really well with the core. It helps out Gyarados, Heatran. It can take attacks for Heatran, and Venusaur can take some of the grass type attacks, so can Heatran. Has access to Curse, Roar, and Stealth Rock. I gave it a draft ranking of a B-. B- being, there was a couple other Pokemon I could have chose. I noticed afterwards a Drapion was drafted. Drapion probably would have fit a little bit better for the bulky side of it. A fast, bulky attacker, especially with the weakness to Psychic that Venusaur has. And really, Swampert, I felt like it was the best fit. It felt a little bit better in the core. And so, next pick right away afterwards was Espeon. I really don't know what to say about this pick. I don't know what I was thinking about it. I was probably thinking just the Magic Guard, Magic Balance ability. It has good special attack and speed, though. It has access to screens, which I can set up more bulk if I want to go for a stall attempt. It has Baton Pass, which has access to Calm Mind also. I think it has access to Curse also if I want to be a bulky Espeon for some reason. And it also can be an offensive attacker. And Life Orb set, choice specs, a setup if I need it with Calm Mind. It has 3 weaknesses and 2 resistances, which the weaknesses I can cover a little bit with the core I have, but not a whole lot. The resistances help out a little bit. Not a whole lot. I gave it a draft ranking of C-. I could have chose way better that round. My middle 4 picks, or round 6 to 8, actually round 5 to 8, were probably really questionable what I did. Swampert was probably the best out of the 4. But Espeon, we'll see how it works. Hopefully it will do well for my team. And so yeah, so the next round was the 9th round, which was my last 2 picks, 9th and 10th round. And I was looking on the board and I was debating what I want. I saw Metagross, Salamence, and I can't remember who else. And I believe both of them got drafted in the 9th round before me. So I really needed a dark type, and it was between Honchkrow and Sharpedo. And Sharpedo seemed like the best bet because of Speed Boost. Speed Boost is a wonderful ability, and especially with Sharpedo, has a great attack and decent typing. Has 5 weaknesses but 7 resistances, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. It can be weak to a lot of things, but it can resist a lot of things. Its options are obviously a sweeper, as it can speed up constantly and goes over and over and over with that speed boost. It also can be a revenge killer since it picks up the speed real fast. It's mainly an offensive moveset. I mean, it has access to Roar. I believe it has access to Taunt also. But it has no setup, unfortunately. I gave it a draft ranking of an A because at that point, I really needed something to fit with the team. And my main core covered it. Swampert even covered a little bit of the weaknesses that he had with the electric weakness. Venusaur needed a dark type, psychic, obviously. Espeon helped that out a little bit, but Sharpedo was probably about the best bet I could have done. So this leads to my last round pick, Mismagius. Mismagius here helps out Sharpedo tremendously. Fighting type moves kind of scare me a little bit. Obviously, I can resist it with Gliscor, whatever you want to call him, and Gyarados. Venusaur, I believe, resists also. I'm not totally sure off the top of my head. But Mismagius obviously completely ignores it unless it's a scrappy like... who has scrappy off the top of my head? Kangaskhan. Normal Kangaskhan, if you ever want to run that. Mega Lopunny. So, Mismagius has good speed, great special bulk, and special attack. It's it's a fast sweeper. It can also run a Assault Vest and a special wall. And it has access to Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, Pain Split, Icy Lane, and T-Wave. For some reason, I believe it fit my team real well. I gave it a B rating. I honestly don't know if anything could have been better, but we can see from there. So, overall thoughts here. I had a very strong first 4 picks, very defensive core. I can add some offensive in there if it needed. I can run tanky offense. But I really fell off in the middle rounds. But I finished stronger with my last 2 picks. I believe Sharpedo and Mismagius helped out the team a lot. I do have potential drops in trades with Kyurem B, Espeon, Audino. Most likely Audino will stay. Espeon will probably stay. Kyurem Black is very questionable. And I have my potential here. I have potential to stall if needed. I really don't want to. We're allowed to have 2 recovery items. So I can run 2 leftovers, and Gliscor can run Toxic Orb and heal himself with Poison Heal if needed. I don't really want to go that format. The guys who did the draft analysis from the LBA did not. 2 of them didn't like it because I had the potential to stall, and it's going to be really annoying. And I agree. I mean, if I have to, I have to. It's part of it. But otherwise, I can run a really tanky offense, or I can run a really balanced offense with my last few picks there with the speed. So overall, I gave my team rating a C+. A C to C+ was my rating. I feel like I could have done a lot better, but my middle 4, I mean not my middle 4 picks, close to middle 4 picks, whatever, were really not that great choosing wise. I remember the one guy is rated me 6, 5, and 4, which essentially would be a D or F. I think I have a lot more potential than that, but we can see from that. It's based on opinion. I hope you guys I hope to hear from your guys' opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Message me on Twitter. If you think if there's anything else that could fit my team a lot better, let me know, because I'll definitely take a look into it. Maybe possible trades with the guys. So I thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And yeah, watch the Muncie Muks here in the LBA. Also, check me out in the Pokemon Doubles League. I made that one too. I finished second in the qualifier, and we are currently drafting right now. My current draft picks are Mega Salamence, Zapdos, and Clefable. So we're going to see how that turns out. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. Subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Peace.